A black Cuban man named Juan, who works as an independent pharmacist, pulls up outside an apartment complex where he handles his street operation. He checks in with Taryn, the guy holding things down, making sure everything is running smoothly. A group of kids races by, and one of them, a small scared boy named Chiron, rushes inside the building. He finds an unlocked apartment and slips in to hide. The boys chasing him bang on the door and throw things at the windows, but eventually lose interest and leave. Later, another knock at the door jolts Chiron. It's Juan. He pulls back the window cover and calmly asks what Chiron is doing there. Chiron doesn't say a word. Instead of pressing him, Juan takes him out to eat. Chiron still doesn't speak, but Juan doesn't force it. He eventually brings him home to his girlfriend Teresa, where the mood is warmer and more welcoming. Teresa makes an effort to talk to him, but Chiron remains quiet. Right as they consider calling for help, dinner, some fried chicken, and baked beans breaks the silence. He says his name is Chiron, but people call him Little. Teresa insists on using his real name. She asks him a few things, which he answers, until she mentions his father. Then, he shuts down. He also refuses to say where he lives, which is honestly a smart move. Still, he accepts Teresa's offer to stay the night. The next day, Juan takes Chiron back to his home. His mother, Paula, isn't happy to see him. She rips Chiron away and gives Juan a cold stare. Inside, she scolds him but softens quickly, hugging him and saying she's glad he's back. You just know punishment is coming afterward, though. Later, Chiron heads to a field where the other kids are playing, but he's clearly not welcome. He starts getting bullied again until another kid distracts the group, giving Chiron a chance to slip away. That kid, Kevin, catches up and tells him he has to toughen up and stand his ground. He roughs him up a bit in a playful way, then they run off racing each other. That evening, Juan returns home and finds Chiron waiting. He takes him to the beach, giving the audience a scenic moment. He teaches Chiron how to swim. The kid picks it up fast, and Juan watches him with pride. Afterward, they talk. Juan shares a childhood memory about an old woman who once told him, "In moonlight, black boys look blue," and gave him the nickname Blue. Chiron asks if that's his real name, but Juan tells him no. He had to decide who he wanted to be. He says no one else should get to decide that for you. That night, Juan drops Chiron off. As soon as the door opens, Paula yanks her son inside and slams the door. She quickly clears off drug residue from the table where her guest sits, and they move to the bedroom. Chiron, curious, watches them go. The next day at school, he walks in on a group of boys doing something weird and inappropriate. Chiron awkwardly participates, clearly confused about himself. When he gets home, the TV is missing, and there's no hot water, so he boils some to make a bath. That night, Juan drives by and checks in with Taryn, but notices a car parked nearby. Seeing a flicker of flame, he walks over and finds Paula and her friend lighting up. Furious, Juan pulls her aside and confronts her. Paula reminds him not to judge. She buys her stash from him. Then, she gets personal. She asks if he's going to raise Chiron now, and throws out a cruel remark questioning her son's sexuality and blaming him for the bullying. She storms home and unloads her rage on Chiron. The next day, he visits Juan and Teresa. Juan tries to cheer him up, but Chiron admits he hates his mom. When Teresa brings juice, Chiron suddenly asks what a certain slur means. Juan explains it's used to insult gay people. Chiron then asks if he might be one. Juan tells him that it's okay if he is, but he shouldn't let anyone define him with hate. Teresa reassures him that he'll understand who he is when the time is right. Then Chiron asks a serious question. If Juan sells drugs, Juan admits it. Chiron asks if his mom uses. Juan doesn't lie. Years pass, and Chiron grows into a quiet teen, still carrying pain and still a target for bullies. In class one day, a boy named Terrell humiliates Chiron by making a joke about him having woman problem. After class, he runs into Kevin again, who casually brags about getting detention for hooking up with a girl. Chiron, distracted and burdened, hardly reacts. He's watching out for Terrell and maybe, deep down, wishing he was the girl in the stairwell. Kevin calls him Black, a nickname that sticks. Back home, Paula is spaced out and tells Chiron he has to leave because she's expecting company. So he heads to Teresa's place, where comfort and a warm meal are waiting. Juan has passed away by this point. It's just Teresa and Chiron now. That night, Chiron dreams about Kevin. He wakes up confused and alone. The next day, Paula is in a better mood, or pretending to be. Once inside, she starts begging for money, convinced Teresa gave him some. When he hesitates, she snaps until he gives it up. Then she sends him to school in yesterday's clothes. At school, the bullying continues. Terrell mocks Karan and hints at Teresa's role in the neighborhood. Karan nearly lashes out but holds back. That night, he walks to the beach. Kevin shows up unexpectedly and teases him. They share a quiet moment. Kevin offers a blunt. Kyron smokes like a pro, blaming his mom's habits. As they talk, something shifts. Kevin leans in and they kiss. Then Kevin reaches into his pants. Kyron apologizes afterward, but Kevin tells him he has no reason to. Kevin drives him home in silence. This time, he gives Kyron a handshake, not a brush off. Kyron is floating, but at home, Paula is high again. The next day, Terrell pressures Kevin into hitting Kieran, and shockingly, Kevin does it. Kyron keeps standing up, even though it hurts. Kevin begs him to stop, but he won't. Eventually, the other boys join in and beat him until a teacher steps in. At the office, the principal urges Kyron to report it, but he's overwhelmed and cries instead. That night, something breaks in him. He dunks his face in a sink full of ice water and heads to school the next day. Calmly, he picks up a chair and slams it into Terrell. The police arrive and arrest him. Kevin watches silently as Kyron is taken away. Years later, an adult Kyron, now jacked and hardened, wakes from a nightmare and does his signature ice dunk routine. He's followed in Juan's footsteps, running his own street pharmacy. He's got muscle and a crew, including a younger guy named Travis. When Travis messes up the money count, Kyron yells, then feels guilty, remembering how people once treated him. One night, his phone rings. It's Paula. He ignores her at first, but picks up eventually. She leaves a message saying she hopes he'll visit. He agrees. Then the phone rings again. This time it's Kevin. The voice instantly shakes him. Kevin says he got Kyron's number from Teresa and wanted to apologize. He works as a cook now and says a customer reminded him of Kyron, played a song that made him think of him. Kevin invites him to visit, says he'll cook for him. The next morning, Kyron wakes up with more than emotions spilled in his bed. Later, he visits Paula at a rehab center. She tells him she knows she wasn't a good mother. She doesn't expect his love, only that he knows she loves him. They both cry. He wipes her tears. It feels real this time. Then he heads to the diner where Kevin works. Kevin serves him the house special and shows him a photo of his son. Kyron is stunned, but Kevin mentions he's not with the child's mother anymore. Kyron admits he's dealing now. Kevin tells him that's not who he really is. He steps away for a moment, then comes back. Kyron asks, "Why did you call me?" Kevin walks over to the jukebox and plays that same song, the one that reminded him of Kyron. They stare at each other. Later, Kyron follows Kevin home. Kevin says he didn't expect him to turn out this way. They talk about the last time they saw each other. Kyron says he buried that memory deep. Then, quietly, Kyron tells him, "You're the only man who's ever touched me." And since then, he hasn't let anyone else. Kevin holds him, no words. In that moment, Kyron is once again that boy on the beach, a black boy, bathed in moonlight, glowing blue.
End the movie. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other recaps and subscribe for more content. And leave comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.